autumn now has left the moor, scattered coveys meet secure, while here I wander pressed with care along the lonely banks there.
There's every chance that they could finish in that top four.
Do you know this part of the world well, Ray?
No.
I've just had a text from Big Davies. Hey, Alan. He says, don't listen to him. He says, there's a pub in a place called Houston. The Hare and Hounds. He was in there with McCoist.
The Hare and Hounds? In this part of the
Houston,
world?
yeah. It's just up the road,
Where's
isn't it?
Houston?
Around here, somewhere.
Good
It wouldn't be my type of pub, Ray, I'm afraid. I wouldn't get in for a start.
I've got to say,
but you were noted. You were in there.
I played here in 1988, I think, around that period. So my memory, my recall's very poor. It might have been after that night.
You must have been out for a drink with Ali.
Oh, many times.
Well, there you go. That's it.
But I don't think it was in Houston. Texas, maybe.
Where did you live when you were up here?
I lived in Bothwell.
Bothwell,
near Hamilton Racecourse, and I used to go and pick my son up from Hamilton.
That's Lark Hallway. That's a bit. I need a visa to get anywhere near there.
Well, I've got to say, it's so nice to see you wearing your blue shirt today. I've got to say, fella.
That's the tartan shirt. What about just talking about Roy Keane? He was talking about it was the final nail in Wayne's coffin.
Well, and I missed the game because I was travelling up with Simon on the aeroplane there from Gatwick, and unfortunately...
Well, you were lucky if you came with Simon. That means you were behind the pilot. I was on the back wing, I was.
Do you know what, Al, that's where I was last night. He was sitting there rather pleasantly, and I was sat back on one of the wings. But that's,
Did you get the hump when they close them curtains? I think that's so bad.
What, when they close the curtains?
Yeah, when the old plane takes off.
Alan, I was so far back I couldn't see a curtain. It was unbelievable. But it was a lovely seat, I've got to say. I looked after very nicely. But, what were we talking about before?
I don't know. Houston,
that's right.
No, but after now,
you've got to be made of stern stuff. I think a little prep up here with you tonight, Brazil. Maybe we made a little visit to Troon Marina. Scott's at Troon Marina, nice place for a quiet dinner ahead of what is a huge day tomorrow here, the Coral Scottish Grand National. It's always worth reiterating, the fourth biggest betting race of the year.
Is it really?
Only
behind?
The Grand National at Aintree,
yeah.
The Gold Cup at Cheltenham, and the Derby. They're the only races that are bigger than this. It's a huge... And it also, we've got you both here, it's a huge weekend for Scottish sport in general, here tomorrow. And then there's a little game on Sunday afternoon. I'll keep you two apart now, the green and the blue. But Al, the good news is Celtic 2-1 on to win this one in 90 minutes. Ray, 11-2 Rangers.
11-2
7-2 the draw.
In a two-dog race.
Well, the draw as well, so there's a third option in 90 minutes. But
is that right? 11-2. You got a bit of that. Shylock.
I'm saying nothing because we're in Rangers country here. I'm not going to say too much.
Well, in a one-off game, anything can happen. I sincerely hope the Blues can carry it off, but you'd have to say that Celtic are really red-hot favourites. Ridiculous. We have to start looking... We look after footballers enough. They get looked after wonderfully well. It's high time, and a lot of these things have happened over the last couple of months. It's high time we start looking after the coaches as well, because they are put under an immense amount of strain and stress, and they should be looked after in the same manner that the professional footballer is looked after.
PFA dinner Sunday night as well, so I'm pretty certain...
pretty sombre occasion.
Oh, dear. Yeah. I had a text from Bobby Barnes. Bobby would know Hugo very, very well.
I've just had Tim Sherwood texting me.
Yeah.
Who would have known Hugo? No problem with that.
Going back to I just recently found out, which is just bonkers, that my thyroid gland is all over the shop. It doesn't work. And I'm like, I said, well, when did this happen? And they said to me, by the way, this is nothing compared to the dreadful news we just heard. So, but the point I'm making, I said, well, when did this happen? Recently? How recently? He said, no, you've had it all your life. I went, impossible. I've had transfers. I've had full-blown medicals. Why is no one ever told me?
But no one would have looked at your thyroid gland, Al. They would look at your knees. They'd look at your ankles.
Surely they should
They'd look to see if your ticker was okay.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't look at your thyroid gland. An underactive thyroid is the first thing you look at. Especially with women, I know for a fact, because my good lady has an underactive thyroid, it's a weight gain.
Yes.
An overactive, you will lose weight.
And do you know what? If you don't take medication for it, it affects your heart.
Yeah, it does.
So I've had like 50 years.
No, Jackie's been on it for a long time. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, it is unbelievable, mate. We should. It's high time as well. I don't know whether you do it, but I've done it occasionally at a full-blown...
no, I haven't.
No. Well, I do. I go to a hospital and have a full-blown one.
Do you?
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. Your best bet for breakfast. GambleAware.co.uk.
10 minutes to 10 o'clock on the Sports Breakfast live from Ayr Racecourse. So sad news there. But Simon, we move on now, 9:50. 2 great days racing here at Ayr. It's a fantastic place. Lovely to be back home, to be honest. What can we look at today?
Yeah, it's 2 huge days in the Scottish racing calendar. Good card today. You know, if you peel around the local area, fancy day's racing. Great racing today. We've got the coral.co.uk Mayor's Handicap Hurdle. I'm obviously going to mention that race. Time for West is the favourite there. But Dan Skelton, he's our Coral ambassador. His brother Harry's, I think 3 off a century. He's going all guns blazing trying to get Harry this ton. And he's got Deb in this race. I think he's got a good chance. He's also got 2 taps in the 350. Big chance for that.
Yeah, 1 or 2 people have said to me already this early this morning about 2 taps.
Yeah, well, he was a big gamble at Cheltenham, and he came late and fast, couldn't quite get up in the shadow of the post under Davy Russell. 5-2 today, I think 2 taps. But today's
John Hartson and Dean Saunders, 2 taps.
Yes, well, absolutely. We're up in Scotland, but the Welsh should be back in 2 taps. But it's all about tomorrow, Al. I mean, the Coral Scottish Grand National, we started sponsoring in 2007, and I'll be honest, that ridiculous southern bias we all have, based in London, I had no idea till I came up here in 2007 what an immense event the Scottish Grand National is in Ayr. We sponsored it ever since. The team here at Ayr are brilliant. I hope you've enjoyed their hospitality, Ray Allen.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Well, Ray's heading back, but I'm not.
I know you
You're going to enjoy the hospitality, mate.
Yes, I am.
It's great. And there's going to be a sellout crowd tomorrow. It's the 4th biggest betting race in Britain. Forget Scotland, in Britain.
Wow.
Behind the Grand National at Aintree, we should call it the English National.
Derby.
The Derby and the Gold Cup.
Yeah.
But most people, even in racing, have no appreciation of what an immense event this is.
Even Champion Hurdle, Triumph Hurdle, this pizza.
Every race in Royal Ascot's well behind. Champion States, forget it. This is the 4th biggest betting race of them all. Largely because across Britain it's a great betting race. It's 10-1 the field rate. It's very hard to find the winner. But in Scotland, they're very proud of it.
You mentioned Cheltenham there, and we've just had a Scottish winner, of course, down at Aintree. Paul Nicholls has been quiet. Could this be Paul's turn? Last year's winner, could he do it again?
Well, he could. Vicente is the horse. He won the race last year. He fell at the first in the Aintree Grand National, and he's a 10-1 chance. He's off the same mark he ran off this time last year, so he's got a good chance. Paul is loaded in the race. He's also got a very good horse. Where is it? Arpege de Lane, which ran quite nicely at Cheltenham. He's also 10-1. But there's lots of, Alvarado, Fergus O'Brien trains his horse. He's been 4th in 2 Grand National. Fergus O'Brien is 4th in 2 Grand Nationals. 12-year-old. It'd be great to see him win. Alco's won the race before he's 25-1. So look, it's one of those nationals. You could go through all the runners, make a case for them. But again, like any national, you could pick a horse on the basis of the name, the colour, you name it. It's 10-1 the field. You need a bit of luck. There's been some big.
We do need a bit of luck, and just lately, funny enough, Steve will give me a tip yesterday.
Really?
That bolted up.
Did it?
So there may be hope for Rupert Bell yet. Shutter Speed, I've been told at Newbury today, has got a big chance, 3rd race. But I'm really looking forward to today. I think we're going to be about 5,000-6,000 here today, as long as the rain stays away. But it should be perfect ground tomorrow for the Scottish National.
It should be, and it's good to have a little bit of rain just to take the sting out of the ground. So it'll be a perfect ground for the big race tomorrow. I mean, genuinely, today is a lovely day's racing, and I think this is the day for a walk-up crowd. So if people fancy going racing, I think that this is pleasant Scottish weather here today. It's going to be a really good atmosphere.
Sammy, where does the 4th biggest betting race, the Coral Scottish National, where does it come in the drinking stage?
It's top.
Where's it come from in
top.
the bevy
We are
stage?
in Scotland now.
Well, the fact that you've actually made your first appearance to the meeting means it's really going to jump up on that league table. I suspect
I'm only being social.
That's nasty side.
I'm only being social.
Well, they're only slightly disappointed that you're heading off tomorrow morning, although I believe that still those plans can change.
Sam, if I stayed tomorrow and there's a certain game at Hampden Park on Sunday, I'd get home Thursday if I was lucky.
Yeah,
if I stayed up.
And that's pretty being optimistic.
I'm certainly being the coward. I'm getting home early tomorrow.
You're playing it very safe. You've changed, Al. You've changed.
For the better.
Look at you, Ray. You're being all so sensible over there.
But the people... But listen, just going back to my childhood in Glasgow, south side of Glasgow, always remember, you know, the social events, the pub and the bookies was very important. And always remember the newspapers. Any of the Glasgow newspapers, Sunday papers, was full of racing, full of racing.
Exactly, and I think it's changed. I think there is less racing in the national newspapers than there used to be 10, 15, 20 years ago. There's about space and sales and stuff. But when these events come along, that's why they're so important. There'll be sweepstake kits, the Daily Record, the Scottish Sun tomorrow. There'll be free bets being given out to people who are going to go and have a flutter on the race. You know, it's a national event. It's a significant event. It's great. I'm so pleased you've come up here because I say for David, you know, and myself, the Coral team have been up here the last 11 years. You know, you really sense there's something special going on here, and you being here helps elevate it again.
Well, I'm amazed, Steve-O. You know, Steve-O being here, York, Chester. I thought that's as far north as he'd come.
Well, you know what he's like with his fashion. He's got his Scottish national casual on at the moment, but I think he's got a pretty special outfit planned for tomorrow. And you're going to miss it, which is a shame, but I'll take photos.
Please do. Sam, it's going to be a great day, and good luck tomorrow in the Coral Scottish National.
Thanks, Alan.
Nice
5 minutes to 10.
The hunter now has left the moor, scattered coveys meet secure, while here I wander pressed with care along the lonely bank